Hey, I'm Lexi. I'm here with Discovr Radio, and we have a very special guest who is sitting down with us today. Claire, would you please introduce yourself?
Hi, so my name is Claire Hughes, and I'm the CEO of Restrictive Records. I'm also a publicist, and I'm here with my artist BooQoo for South by Southwest.
Can you tell us a little bit about what a work day in your life looks like?
Well, I wake up at about 7, 8 a.m. and then I have to wake the artists up, make sure that they're ready to go, makeup done, hair done, outfit picked. If I have to help her with anything, I'll do that. And pretty much plan out our schedule. We'll do it on like Google Calendar to make sure that every time and information, location, everything is up to date and we can all view the calendar. And then, the hardest struggle is really just getting out of the house, honestly speaking. Once we're in the car and out the house, I think everything runs pretty smooth from there.
You're part momager too.
Yeah, I'm always yelling at them. I do have a 10-year-old, so I would like to call myself, mom to everyone. And I treat them just like I would treat my kid.
So Restricted Records, can you tell us a little bit about the mission and why it was started?
Okay, so I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. Shout out to Trinidad. And I'm half Guyanese. Pretty much, I lived there for a little bit of my life. I came to America. I've been living here for about 15 years now. And I just realized that there's a lot of artists in the Caribbean that don't have a lot of support, especially in my country, Trinidad. I decided to help a few artists out, and one thing turned into the next. I started my own label. I did all of the paperwork myself, got some LLCs. I didn't really hire staff. It's just me. I do everything. So my mission really is to bridge the gap between the American market and the Caribbean market. I want to make it easier for Caribbean artists, like when they come out to America or they're ready to expand their brand and, get their music out there, they have outlets and platforms that they can get on and, make it easier, because it's about who you know, what you know, and it's hard out here. I had to learn all of this on my own, and a lot of artists, they don't have money to travel around or meet other people, network. They just don't have that kind of budget. So I would like to think of myself as doing the Lord's work,
So you did mention BooQoo. How did you guys get connected?
Crazy story. So I do some work for Sprayground, which is like the shark backpacks. I don't know if you've heard of that. You'll probably see it now. So all the kids have them. Like, it's a backpack and there's like shark teeth on it. So they're like all walking around with that. And I was in New York just doing my own stuff. I got a call from my guy, Rod Raspy. He works for Sony. He is actually a producer for Sony. He called me and he said, "Hey, Claire, I have a project for you." And I'm just like, what is this? A new artist signed to Sony. Her name is BooQoo. And she just landed from Louisiana literally 6 hours before he called me. So for that day, I just took her. We did as much stuff as we could do, and it was insane. It felt like she just came and she got straight to work. She did like 10 things in one day. So yeah, that's how I started working with her, and she loved me. So
Sony put you on BooQoo.
Well, not really. Rod is signed to Sony, so I guess through him. I'm not officially signed to Sony to work with her, but it's really about what the artist wants. They get to pick who they want to be their crew and who they have like the best relationships with, and it does matter. Like, Sony could assign them a publicist, or they could get their own that they actually like and have a great relationship with. Eventually, I would like to get signed by Sony to her, but it's a work in progress, and that's why we're here at South by Southwest. We have to give some deliverables, and hopefully they're happy with us, and we can keep moving from there, honestly.
So I was wondering if artists pitch you or if you're actively scouting artists. What is that process like?
I would say that they're pitching me because, I didn't know who BooQoo was, and I wasn't really expecting to do anything like that. But, I love her, and she was just telling the label, I really like this lady. I want to work with her. Like, she has to come with me. This is who I want. And I said, hey, I'll do it. Like, I like what I'm doing. I like BooQoo. She's high energy. She's amazing. And right now she's actually waiting for me as an artist to do an interview. So like, I just love her. That's my family. That is.
Okay, so talking to emerging artists, when would you say is the right time for them, if there is, for them to reach out to someone like you to work with?
Okay, I would really say to emerging artists that it takes time. I wouldn't just rush into, hey, I need a manager right away. That is the wrong thing to do. And a lot of artists do that and they're not ready. They don't really need a manager. They don't really need a publicist. Like, you can start a lot of the work on your own without a budget. Now, when you decide to get a publicist, you do need a small budget. And you know, a lot of people in general, they don't understand that you have to invest in yourself in order to get somewhere. It takes money. Even me, I invest in myself. Like, if I have to pay to travel to get some links, that's what I'm gonna do. So as an artist, you need to have a budget when you come to, like, you know, somebody like me. Yes, I help people. I do stuff here and there. I don't charge for everything, but at the end of the day, you have to pay to play. So
if you had a magic wand, what is a change that you would want to see in the music industry?
I would definitely want to see more support for smaller artists, because there's a lot of talented people, a lot. And I feel like people don't really focus on them. They don't pay attention to them. And if they actually, I mean, I get it. Like, I feel like people have done that and they've been burned and stuff like that. But there are a lot of good people out here. So be it programs or anything that they can do to like help emerging artists and put them like in front of big stages like South by Southwest and, you know, the other festivals that happen and whatnot, radio play, just like you guys, you know. So I would like to see more of that. That would make everything 10 times better. And then also knowledge, like a lot of workshops, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand what it takes to be an artist, a musician, a creative, anything. It takes years. This is going to be your career. It's not something you just pick up like, hey, I'm going to do this week. It's for life. It's a long game. So
you have definitely helped artists release songs, correct? Do you have any song release survival tips for artists listening?
I would definitely say once you release your song, well, before you even do that, you need a plan. And you should be planning this about 2 to 3 months in advance to whatever you want to do. And this is the biggest thing that I realize artists do, that they don't understand. It hurts them more than it helps them. They will wake up today and they'll say, oh my gosh, I just created this song. I need to drop it right now. That's not how it works. I get that you're very excited about your craft. Like, you want to share it with the world. You want to share it with everyone. But realistically speaking, you're killing the song. You need to have a proper rollout. And also, even when you drop the song and it gets traction, your job is not to stop promoting. You have to keep promoting. You are not, even Beyonce promotes, literally. And she is huge. Even Nicki Minaj, and she has a huge fan base. Shout out to Nicki, she's from Trinidad as well. Huge fan base. You have to keep promoting, you know? So that would be my biggest like tip to them.
Any other artists who you're working with? BooQoo, we talked about her a little bit. Anyone else that you want to shout out?
So I want to shout out my young artist, Teflon. I started working with him when he was 16 years old, and he's about 22 now. So it's been a long journey, and I feel like he actually taught me a lot about what it takes to be a manager and own a label and work with artists. It's not like, you know, you want to keep it where it's professional, but at the same time, because I'm such a small label, I kind of keep it personal. Not that it's a super good thing, but with this artist, it is a great thing. We've grown together in the industry, and I just can't wait to bring him over from Trinidad and just bring him to everything that I've gathered since we've been working together. Yeah.
Any parting wisdom for the emerging artists who are listening?
I would say there is, 1 billion people in this world? you are gonna find a fan base. Like, you do not have to focus on anyone else's fan base. They're not yours. Just focus on creating and actually getting your stuff out there, hitting the ground, networking. Like, you don't need a manager to do the stuff that I'm doing. You can like step outside, make your own connections, do what you have to do, and just keep going, keep pushing and investing in yourself. It's gonna come. Every business, also treat yourself as a product, because you are a product. You are a business. You are everything. This is not just your creative, and you have to invest in your product, invest in yourself, and keep pushing that product. So that's what I would say to them.
That's interesting, because I've heard a lot of people this week especially say the opposite. Like, it's not a product, we're people. So where's that side? Where's the balance of that?
I would say if it depends on what kind of artist you're trying to be. If you want to be an artist that you just want to create and put your music out, and whoever gravitates, that is perfectly okay. There is nothing wrong with that. But if you're an artist that's competing with other artists, it's been years and they're out here, you have to treat yourself as a product. 90% of your money is not coming from streams. We all know this. Streaming makes like pennies. Most of your money is going to come from you treating yourself as a product, pushing yourself out there to brands, getting brand deals, working with brands. Yes, you're a person, we're all people, but if you're trying to get to a particular goal, you have to be serious. You have to focus. Treat this as a business. And another thing, every business takes about 5 years to start seeing profit. So never quit. Keep going. There's artists that's been out here, it takes them 10 years before somebody notices them, and now they're living their dream. So it's like, why quit? Just keep going until you hit that. So
that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Of course, we have to touch on radio. What role do you think radio plays in artists connecting to their fan base?
It plays a huge role. I feel like it definitely gets them out there more. It depends on what kind of radio, where their target audience is, and all of this. But a lot of people are saying like the radio's dead. It's not true. The radio is still there. There's people that still listen to the radio and rely on the radio. And then on top of it, it pays you the most. So I feel like we need to just tap back into the radio. I watch the numbers come in. I know how it works. The radio pays you the most money. Yes. Yep.
Thank you so much for watching this interview with Claire Hughes of Restricted Records. Thanks for spending some time with Discovr Radio today.
And thanks for having me. This is actually my first interview, you guys. So I want to thank Discovr Radio for having me here. I appreciate them. And this is definitely going to jumpstart what I'm trying to do. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you.